thing I still don't understand is why Goodell, at every opportunity to get rid of an owner he should have wanted to get rid of, didn't. It has been my overwhelming question throughout this entire thing. Going back to the Washington Post stories in July of 2020. Like, if I was the commissioner of the NFL, every single day I would have showed up to work, especially since 2017, when the season ticket holder numbers just plummeted here in D.C. It's one thing when they were incompetent but still making money and the fans were still going and all that kind of stuff. Like, you could see the signs, but it's hard to do anything. When that season ticket holder number and like all the TV ratings and all that stuff started to just tank, which 2017 is when that happened, which is probably later than you would think, but numbers are what they are. I would have gone to work every day being like, I swear to God, if Dan Snyder messes up today, I'm going to send his ass to the moon. Like, we are going to get rid of that guy. Like, you got it. We can't have one of our marquee money-making franchises in the most powerful city in the country, if not the most powerful city in the world, be this bad. It's a legacy brand, and it's got that fan base, and he's murdering it. I swear to God, man, you slip up once, I will get everyone on the phone, and we will vote your butt out of here. That's why I would have approached it, from a purely cold business aspect. Nevertheless, the potential embarrassment, knowing the ways in which he was screwing it up. And yet at every turn, when given the opportunity, Goodell defended Snyder, sided with him, from moral missteps to corrupt business practices to a lack of organizational accountability. So that leads to kind of the toxic workplace and everything, to the financial stuff with the minority owners who were like, hey, you should look into this big bad red flag. And Goodell engineers Snyder wiggling out of that with full control of the team. It's just, I'll never understand that unless we learn something later which explains it. That is to me like the white whale of this story. What is the thing that ultimately I would like to know, and it remains most unresolved in my mind, is like, why the hell is Goodell standing for Snyder at every turn? Because it's not like he does this for every owner. He does it certainly in certain circumstances, and there are different rules very clearly in place that are different for players versus owners when it comes to personal conduct. But it's even laid out in the story. There's a disconnect between how Goodell and Snyder are working together versus the day before the emails are about to drop in the Wall Street Journal, Goodell calls Mark Davis and is like, hey, buddy, you should know about this. You should also do something. And they had the Gruden emails for months. Look, that's a different conversation of like, oh, you had them for months and you didn't do anything about them? You think you could at least tell the employer, and that way they know and they could potentially do something about it? Months and months and months they had those emails, and they didn't do anything until it was about to become public. And Mark Davis is like, you think you could have told me? So there is a difference in how the owners get treated, and why did Snyder get such, I don't love this term, but like such excellent treatment? Maybe preferential is the right word. Maybe such preferential treatment. We'll never know. I'm not counting on it. I would love to. I'm hoping Don and Seth or someone else figures it out, but that's my white whale of this story.
This is the Hoffman Show on the Team 980 and the Odyssey app.